Let's roll it in.
Welcome back, everybody. Shoot your shit. As always, your boy Lunasty. Joining me today, we got my boy Ryan from WFF. What's up, Ryan?
How's it going, man? How you doing today?
Doing all right, man. And also, we got my boy Joobag. Can I say that?
Yes, you can say that.
My boy
I give you
Joobag.
100% permission.
My fellow Wal-Marker, Wal-Mark We Love Wrestling admin. Appreciate you being on.
Four horse marks. Know about it.
The 4 horse marks and JJ Dillon.
And JJ Dillon.
So today we got our predictions for the WWE Elimination Chamber 2021. Before we get into this, I've read some conflicting sites and stuff about the final match card. So I know at one point it said Banks versus Carmella was on the card, and
It doesn't make any sense.
they might have pulled Keith Lee out of the Lashley Lee Riddle match. So
does anybody know why that is? Like, I read the rumors, but I haven't seen anything as to why it might be a possibility.
is it because of the I think Mia Yim had COVID?
Man,
But,
fuck you, COVID.
Wasn't he back on Raw a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, but it was like right before the NXT event. They announced that Keith Lee was not. What pay-per-view was it? There was another one.
Oh,
Rumble?
no, they had they just had NXT the other day.
Vengeance Day.
Oh, Vengeance Day.
Well, yeah, but they had announced at a different event that Keith Lee was not at the event. Maybe it was the Rumble. He's right. It was the Rumble. He was supposed to be in the Rumble and he wasn't.
Yeah,
and he's
just got engaged also.
Yeah, but they've really been playing him down since the Rumble. I think it's because they know he isn't going to be on TV for a while.
Gotcha. So no, I'm saying like I think maybe he might not be here because of them getting engaged. Maybe.
I fucking love Keith Lee and I want to see him do great. I'm not gonna get on here and just crap all over it like I usually do, but come on, man, he's one of the best ever.
By all means, whatever you want to say.
He does things humans shouldn't be able to fucking do at his size. Straight up.
it's true. It's so true.
And pre-WWE, I loved his stuff on Botchamania.
Yup.
Loved it. So we'll just keep those in there just in case.
Yeah, we'll give the prediction just in case. Fuck it.
So first thing, Sasha Banks versus Carmella. Ryan, who do you got on that one?
I have to go with Banks retaining over Carmella. I don't see why they'd give it to Carmella this close to Mania. But I thought they also announced Banks and Belair challenging for the women's tag team titles.
They did on that. So
Sasha might be pulling double duty.
Cards, yeah, we're both.
You know what? She can.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I think they even advertised. They don't think they pulled the Asuka versus Lacey match yet, but on another site we saw, I think it was Bleacher Report or CBS. They said that it was Asuka versus to be determined. So I mean, you got
which could mean Asuka versus nobody.
Yeah, so I was gonna say you have Asuka that looks like she might be pulling double duty, and looks like maybe Banks might be pulling double duty as well. Yeah. Because we're gonna have another double duty later on because whoever wins that chamber match is gonna face Roman. So we'll get into that.
Before I make my announcement, this shit with Lacey and everything happening the way it is, the WWE Women's Division has never been more complicated.
Yeah. Right
now. Every storyline they're trying to do, it just keeps making less and less sense. And I'm a fucking fan of pretty much everything they've been doing. I feel bad for broke ass Nia because they're gonna try to build her as a heel, a monster heel, and people are just gonna keep laughing at her.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad, but you know what I mean.
I mean, she did a good job of getting some kind of heat, even though it was laughing at her, not with her.
Lean into it. Fucking lean into it. Take that bidet fucking sponsorship.
Right, exactly.
What was it? But Mella and Banks, I gotta go with your boy Ryan. I'm going with Banks. It makes no sense to take the belt off of Sasha this close to Mania.
Yeah. And so for everyone who watched the last video, I got like 0 predictions right. So I vowed on this one to go against what I want to happen so we can see how I do. And I said it last time that I wanted Mella to win because she's going to give somebody a Mania moment later on. So because I want Mella to win, I'm going to go with Banks retaining. So I think we're all on it on this one.
Hey, I think we should make another thing. The next time you get none right, we should punish you somehow.
Fuck. Like Impractical Jokers, like challenge.
I was watching Impractical Jokers this morning. That show's the best.
I love that show.
It's so funny.
So the thing is, if I lose and I don't do this challenge, I can't be on Wal-Mark.
I wouldn't do that to you. Jay might, but I would. Shout out to our admin, Jay Roman. We love you, bro.
Our boy Rizzo making this all happen. Man. Rude and Ziggler versus the Street Profits for the SmackDown titles. Jew, who do you got for that one?
God, I hate the Street Profits. I'm going to say this, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. They're crime time without the racism. Montez Ford will be an amazing talent, but I just feel like Dawkins is just a fucking weight around his neck, and I hate their gimmick. I can't stand it. It's Rude and Ziggler, dirty heels all day.
Yeah, and I kind of, for the most part, agree with you. With tag teams like this, you always have your charismatic person that talks, and you always have the stronger one that says less, but kind of goes along.
We know who the Jannetty is. We know who the Jannetty is. We already know.
The Sean and Jannetty.
Exactly. So I've said it before, a lot of times what they do is they put titles on people just to satisfy them for the time being, so they don't get pissed, want to go elsewhere. But they also put titles back on people to kind of build their accolades for an eventual Hall of Fame induction. So that's why I will go. And this is not me doing the reverse thing. I was going to go with Rude and Ziggler, like I said, to have Profits win it back at Mania. And maybe, like I said, one of my predictions is Montez and Belair like hugging thing at Mania because they both win a strap. So
motherfucker, that writes itself. That's too good.
Ryan.
I'm gonna have to agree with you and go with the Street Profits. I just I don't know why. I feel like you said, this Ziggler and Rude one run was just to kind of satisfy them. Like, here you go, here are the belts. But I feel like the main focus of the SmackDown Tag Team division is they're making it the Street Profits. So I'm gonna have to go with the Street Profits winning back the belts.
I feel like the Street Profits are the entire focus of the entire division, Raw or SmackDown. They're both so jumbled right now, and they're the only real fucking team, whether I like them or not.
Yeah. And I don't know why, like I said, Rude was killed as early as he was coming in the main roster.
Because he had TNA stink all over him, according to Vince.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hot Triple H is for guys, man. Certain dudes are going to come in, and Vince is going to look right at them and go, that's a rookie. That's a low leaguer. You know what I mean? Only reason why he couldn't with AJ is because we wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
Even though they stole his moment and put Roman Reigns' face all fucking over it, I'm still bitter about that.
Oh yeah, they had to
done.
Yeah, they had to re-edit that many a times, and that's all you heard the whole match was AJ Styles. After he came in.
Yeah,
that was the first WWE pay-per-view I watched, and he came out and it just showed Roman's face. I was like, "Who is it? Show me the entranceway."
Who is it exactly? Who the fuck is it? I don't know. It's Roman Reigns' confused fucking face. That's what it is.
Yeah. His reaction was my reaction on why AJ wasn't being shown. So
before we go any further, I want to fill this in. One of my favorite stories that Ryback has shared. We can take this with a grain of salt because we know that Ryback's full of shit.
Oh yeah.
But one of the things he said that I really enjoyed was he said that Vince cornered him one day and was like, "We're gonna squash him." They had every intention of using Ryback to make AJ just look bad. Maybe hurt him.
Ryback, I don't know. I've actually met him once. He seemed pretty cool, so I hate talking shit about him. But like I said, the guy's full of shit. I don't understand why his whole life is shitting on WWE post WWE, and when they shit on him, he wants to sue. All you've been doing is slander the WWE since you left. They finally say something back at you, and you get pissed off about it.
And I'll state this now for any wrestler listening who hears me. I'm not afraid of you. Whatever.
Should we put that into context?
If you want to. We don't have to, but you can if you want to.
I was gonna say we could. You are a bold man.
Can you hear me, you drunk fuck?
Bolder than I. Ryan, I'll fill you in later, man.
Okay, let's move on before I say something else. Shit.
So I'll go first. Got, Big E versus Apollo Crews. I say even though Apollo's on a hot streak, I'm going to go with Big E on this one. That's really, I don't know what story. What
It's
more
Big E's time.
This one.
It's Big E's time.
Yeah. So I'm
agreed.
Big E.
Yeah.
We're just all in agreement on that one.
Yeah. I know they turned Apollo heel just this past week, but like I don't see him getting that big of a victory.
I've enjoyed the matches they've had. I'm liking the story they're telling. And if they want Apollo to be the guy who's his fucking thorn in his side, sure, fine. But let's get E about a 6-month Intercontinental title reign. Let's make him a real single star like they want to.
Yeah.
Then you can do it. Build a motherfucker. Jesus, it's not that hard.
That Big E Langston. So Nia and Shayna versus Banks and Belair. Who do you got?
Nia and Shayna, they're already booked to fucking defend the belts against Dakota and what's her fucking face, Reina Gonzalez at the next NXT show.
Yeah.
Bad booking, Nia and Shayna.
Or could they lose it and then that match change, that advertised match change?
I don't see that.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah, why they put Banks and Belair? Maybe it's a precursor to them working each other.
Maybe it gets them heat for their WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking Nia and Shayna retain, and then after the match, either Belair or Banks attacks one another to set up that Mania match.
Yeah,
Sasha works best as a heel, and you know it.
It's true.
It's true. I'm not the hugest fan of her work, but yeah, that's right. Like I said, I said it before. I don't know why they took the belts off of Nia and Shayna to begin with.
It was pointless. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's just building accolades for them to be 2-time champs or whatever the case is. But
that way, it doesn't make it. It just doesn't matter. Oh yeah, they're a great tag team. They had the belt 3 times.
Yeah,
one a month. You know what I mean? One month reign each time.
Exactly. And so Ryan, way back in the day, before we introduced you to Wal-Mark, We Love Wrestling, I shat on Nia countless amount of times. I am not the biggest fan of Nia Jax.
I hate that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Shat on her so much.
It's not that. All right, I'll make this a bit more so it's not just me talking shit. You left NXT and you literally progressed no further. Yeah. Not on the mic, not in the ring, not nothing. And you still hurt people.
Yeah.
And you still hurt people.
Yeah.
I will never forget the screams of Kairi saying, I'm not set. Oh my God. Makes my skin crawl.
And I feel even to this day, her best match was the one that Asuka carried her in NXT.
And the one Bayley carried her in NXT when she first showed up.
Yeah.
Best match of her fucking career.
Yeah. So just know we're not the hugest fans of Nia. But before they, won the titles, and I predicted they would win and that it would be good for Nia.
And it has been.
Yeah, I have hated her less. I'm actually becoming a fan. So like I said,
I'm such a fan of Shayna Baszler that I'll pretty much co-sign anything that she's attached to.
Oh,
she's just fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I barely like Shayna. I'm not
barely.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Shayna Baszler fan. I was at NXT TakeOver War Games when it was her 2 out of 3 falls match against Kairi Sane in NXT.
Ooh, nice. Fuck yeah.
And she was up on the turnbuckle about to do a superplex. And everyone was rooting for Kairi Sane. I was the only one rooting for Shayna Baszler. And I stood up and I'm like, hell yeah. And she looks me dead in my eyes and goes, watch this. And then just superplexed Kairi Sane off the top rope. Made a fan of me for life. That immediate Shayna Baszler fan for life.
That's so cool.
I would have had to change my underwear.
I love Shayna because she's everything they wanted from Ronda and she's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I know what this is like coming off topic, but I will always love Ronda for at least respecting the business enough to not take herself too seriously and sell for people. She sold too much.
I never had a fan, or I never had a problem with her in the ring. I had a problem with her running her fucking mouth outside of the ring, out of kayfabe.
Yeah.
Bitch, this is our world, playing it right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you can't blame her for the most part on that, because a lot of these people nowadays, like, tread the lines of, kayfabe. So she sees that, oh, this is controversial. This will make sense.
But, and this is something else, and I'm going to say this right now. I'm really, really tired of WWE becoming the home for knocked out, retired MMA guys. Fuck your believability. You were a loser in MMA, so that means I have to believe you're more dominant in pro wrestling. No, fuck that shit.
I just didn't like how they flopped with Cain Velasquez. That could have been amazing.
Oh my God, what a wet fart. Right.
Yeah. I mean, he'd been training before, so like I said, he had a respect for it. They could have,
Well, I'd heard he worked a few shows in AAA, so like he was learning the biz.
Yeah. Exactly. And he legitimately beat Brock Lesnar's ass.
I keep hearing rumors about a fucking face Lesnar return.
Really?
Like supposedly, possibly against Roman or possibly against Bobby Lashley. And honestly, I would rather that Bobby Lashley match, because Lashley has a better record in MMA than Brock. He has more wins and fucking knockouts.
I know fans like to say one more match, one more this, one more that. I want one more shooting star press. I'll tell you that.
You just want to see him get carted out fucking dead caveman style.
It's believable, man.
It's believable that a 300-pound man couldn't do a front flip.
Hey, you were talking about Keith Lee earlier.
Keith Lee is a special creature. He's something else.
But Brock's not.
Used to be.
Probably too old. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Oh shit. So we're all saying Nia and Shayna on this one.
Yeah, it's just for heat. This is just to build for their eventual Mania match.
Yeah. So like I said, we're gonna assume Keith Lee is still in this one. So Joe, I'll let you go first. Lashley versus Keith Lee versus Riddle.
It's Lashley. Whoever takes that belt off of him, it's a WrestleMania moment. Okay. This is something that Paul Heyman talked about on one of his fucking interviews with Stone Cold, where he was talking about he loved the idea of taking a basic wrestling move and attaching it to a giant powerhouse and having it be just a world beater of a finisher. Like if you go back and you listen to it, his idea was Mark Henry and a headlock, but it's Bobby Lashley and it's the full Nelson. And when's the last time you've seen a full Nelson look so devastating?
Master Lock Challenge.
Yeah, and boy, the irony there, right?
Yeah.
And whoever wins, whoever breaks his fucking Lashley lock, or whatever the fuck they want to call it, the full Lashley. What a stupid name. God, what a stupid name for a finish. When they were calling it the full Lashley, that just sounded like porno.
Yeah.
But whoever takes it, and it'll be Matt Riddle, but it'll be at Mania. So it's got to be Bobby Lashley this time.
Lashley tonight. Who do you got, Ryan?
As much as I want to see Keith Lee win, it's got to be Lashley. They're booking him just as like the most dominant guy, it seems like, besides like McIntyre.
Bro, since Brock, I haven't seen anybody just destroy motherfuckers like this.
Yeah. Assuming Keith Lee is in this match, I want Riddle to win. So my prediction would be Keith Lee. Just so I can try to get something right.
I'm really, really upset that Matt Riddle's name is the next one to take the sacrifice.
Why?
I just, whatever. You can't make it make sense.
You even like trademark that if it's his name?
I think that's why. It's because it's just Riddle.
Yeah, it's still a word. I don't know.
Don't worry, we'll see more. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, most definitely. So Drew. So this is getting into the chamber matches. So Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus, who I believe is coming out last.
Yep, because he won the match.
I'm gonna make this bold prediction here. I was thinking that maybe another Kofi Mania, but I'm gonna go with AJ Styles on this. AJ Styles. I don't know what they're gonna do afterwards, but it saves Drew from looking bad. Like, so you can have a screwy finish, or just everyone get their finish on him, so where he's still looking strong. Might come back for that later. But there's just so like you were saying with the female stuff going on right now. There's so much shit going on. You know, Drew, Randy Edge, Randy Fiend, like
Edge Roman.
yeah, like I feel make it clean. Let all those other stories. It's a 2-night Mania, so there's so much that can happen there. Give the title to AJ. Maybe AJ versus Jeff later, or Sheamus, something that Styles really hasn't explored yet towards the end of his career. Give him the belt one more time.
Which we are looking at the twilight of AJ's career. He said that he probably will not be re-signing.
Yeah, so belt on Styles tonight. My prediction.
Okay.
Ryan, who you got?
You say me? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The only two people I can see walking out is Sheamus and McIntyre. And I'm going to pick Drew McIntyre because it's going to come down to McIntyre and Orton. And the Fiend is like going to do some spooky shit and emerge from the chamber and cost Orton. So I'm going to go with McIntyre retaining.
So we'll come back to that in a second. But Drew, who do you got?
I'm pretty much of the same mindset. It's got to be Drew, or it's got to be Sheamus. It makes really no sense for them to put it on Randy. I mean, everybody's like, "Ooh, Edge and Randy at Mania, yeah, that's great, cool." Now it has a title involved, so that means to WWE it's 100 times more important. But that means you literally shit on everything you've been building with Bray Wyatt again, and you wait till after Mania for that blow off. No. This is I got to pick Drew.
Yeah, it's gonna be the greatest World Heavyweight Championship wrestling match at WrestleMania ever. I don't know that they can build with that. But
they'll make night two literally just Edge and Orton.
Just for 3 hours.
3 hours. A tour of Raymond James Stadium.
And hopefully they have like a golf cart involved. Hopefully they got, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you know what? Everybody was talking shit about who did it better, who did it first. I was like, yeah, but y'all forgot that that was Kane and Raven and Big Show, man.
Oh, just everywhere? Yeah. So, like I said, we're coming back to y'all saying maybe the Fiend coming back. So him coming back would have to be something huge because he got fucking burned, like taken out. Like I'm not sure how he would come back. Like, how would you predict we get
Fire.
a reemergence?
I'm not going to say exactly like how Undertaker came back out of the burning coffin, but yeah, it'll be big and flaming. I didn't intend to say that.
So maybe since it's a chamber match, they can put that on last and do the whole like Taker used to do, and Fiend actually did with the hole in the ring and fire coming out, whatever. Then him doing maybe like he was coming from hell or something. I don't know.
That could be cool. And I've heard rumors that there'll be a new mask. So like, we'll see.
Just a toasty, crispy Wyatt mask. I'd be down.
I really like how they've the one thing they've done really well in the Thunderdome is they've used it to their advantage, where they've run stories that they couldn't have run with crowds.
Like when they had all the faces of Alexa laughing at once.
Yeah,
that was fucking creepy.
Yeah, and like, they could have done the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so I feel like they're trying to make up for what they did 3 years ago when they projected roaches all over the fucking ring. I feel like this is their way of, they know they have to do better than that, especially after the Firefly Funhouse with Cena. Yeah. And could you imagine the shit they might say on a Firefly Funhouse with fucking Randy Orton?
That would be awesome. That would be so cool.
Because everybody knows that Randy Orton's a dick.
I mean, now that you brought up the damn roaches and whatnot, it just reminded me of like a terrible like Lost Boys with Michael trying to eat his Chinese foods, like you're eating worms, you're eating
It was just,
like
it was so bad. The horror house match was horrible, and then the next match was even fucking worse. And that was an awesome story too. I was loving that.
one with Braun at the swamp or whatever.
No, when they first brought Randy Orton into the fucking Wyatt family.
Oh, so like whenever they had fucking fridges thrown on top of each other, and
Yeah, the match was stupid, but him as a member of the Wyatt family and the tag team run and the things they were doing, I was enjoying that.
Yeah, that was a good run.
I didn't like the random turn, on it. Like I mean, okay, it's not that I didn't like the random turn. I didn't like the explanation of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because Bray Wyatt's in Randy Orton's mind. Really?
Yeah. It's like I just become your friend and then screw you. It's like, what? Okay. So we got you guys predicting Drew or Sheamus in this one. All right.
I'm gonna say Drew, but there's the caveat of the potential to be Sheamus.
Okay.
I'll take half points if I get that one.
All right.
I'll take Drew all the way. That's my pick. I'm
Okay.
going with Drew.
And I'm still saying AJ. And before anything else, I don't think Edge has announced, right? His opponent's supposed to be tonight or something.
Still hasn't announced shit.
Okay. Do y'all think he's gonna pick whoever wins this one?
This is the longest I've ever seen them wait to tell somebody who the fuck they're going to be working with. So I'm going to be honest. I'm usually pretty good at predicting shit. I have no clue what they're doing with Edge. None at all.
Like you were saying earlier, it's just so much shit going on right now. Like we don't.
You know what though? And this is something I'm what if we get the Edge Cena Elimination Chamber finish from either chamber match? As in, it's been a heartfelt match. It's, oh my God, I can't believe I won. And then, I came to play. Here comes Miz with the fucking cash in.
I was actually going to ask that at the end. Will we see a cash in on it? If we do,
we'll come back to that. I teased it. We'll come back to that.
Okay. So the next chamber match here. Oh, actually, so I think we might have skipped this. I don't think we talked about it. Say the Asuka match is still in play. We know Lacey, for the most part, shouldn't be in this, but
heel fuckery that makes Charlotte look bad. That's all I'm going to say. If this match goes down, all it's going to be is heel fuckery that makes Charlotte look bad. Flair will throw a couple woos out there. There might be a jacket toss, and then ding, 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 disqualification.
So you're saying Asuka versus Charlotte?
No, I'm saying that if it's Asuka versus Lacey, it'll still be a vehicle for Charlotte versus Lacey.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you say, Ryan?
I mean, if Asuka has a match, I don't see them taking the title off her.
Yeah.
So I'll go with Asuka.
Me as well. And like I said, with the the whole pregnancy stuff going on, like I know they took Karma out immediately. I know Maria Kanellis did some stuff while she was pregnant, right? Like with the 24/7 championship. Like, so if they do something, I feel it's going to be just a bathroom break, maybe a pre-show, something. But yeah, exactly what Ju said. Some fuckery with that involves Charlotte Flair, and they're
somehow, some way, it'll still involve Charlotte because right now the Raw Women's title doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and off the way. So now the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match: King Corbin.
Boo.
Is Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. And the winner goes on to face Roman following this match. So, Ju, who do you have for that one?
I'm going to pick Bryan. Bryan's the only person I could think of that can do that kind of work and then still put on a great match afterward.
So you're predicting Daniel Bryan going on to fight Roman. What happens with Roman and Bryan?
Roman's going to win. I mean, Bryan's going to be spent. He's barely going to be able to stand. It'll either be that or it'll be KO in the same spot. But I think we've seen the KO thing enough. And I love Kevin Owens, but you can't have a guy lose to that many times and
Correct.
Still appear dominant.
I was going to say, because even we've been wanting like old school wrestling, and these feuds that go on forever. But at least every once in a while, somebody gets thrown a bone and wins.
Yeah. You know, every now and then Ric Flair did get pinned to the mat.
Yeah.
Every now and then he did have to win his belt back.
Yeah, and like we already talked about the era of the chicken shit heel stuff that, you know, Roman's been doing, getting the Usos to win and stuff. So it just, I feel it would be boring. It wouldn't make sense to have somebody win, go on a fight Roman. Roman can't hold his own and have some fuckery happen. You know, like I feel like you were saying with the cash-ins, someone's hurt and he just comes in, fucking whenever he did the what was it, Fiend? Was it Fiend and Braun?
Yeah, he waited until the last 5 minutes and then his music hit and he came out and killed everybody.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen here. He's gonna
finishers on spam.
Yeah, he's gonna come out, do that. He wouldn't need an Uso. Because what my prediction at first, what I was thinking leading up into this was an Uso win, finger poke of doom, you know, kind of
No.
thing.
Don't you put that evil out there in the universe, dude. Don't you do it, because then it'll fucking happen.
Yeah, Uso wins, finger poke, takes the bump, 1, 2, 3. But with this whole Sami Zayn thing happen, I was gonna predict Sami Zayn winning this, getting that chamber up to the title moment. He gets screwed out and then continues this what's the word? Damn it.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. I don't know why I had a brain fart.
It's pretty much it's real similar to what Jericho was doing in WCW. I literally just seen the meme of Shivani holding the conspiracy victim sign pointing at him.
Yeah, so my prediction on this is Zayn wins, goes on, loses, and continues, because like I said, Roman's got to have a win. He's in the best, you know, streak and work of his career. They're not going to take the title off of him.
He really fucking is. And how funny is it that all they had to do was just stop feeding him stupid lines and let him go out there and be himself.
Yeah, and have Paul Heyman with them. You know,
I feel like this gimmick could live without Heyman. I feel like you could have put somebody else in that position and it wouldn't have been a big deal. But don't get me wrong, Paul Heyman makes everything gold except for Curtis Axel
and Ryback. But I think that's what gets the smarks hard, you know, like, oh, Roman's healed now, that's what we wanted, and he has Paul Heyman, like, I'm gonna eat this shit up, you know. And whenever you see the work that's been done, it's actually good shit, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my prediction. Sami Zayn wins, loses to Roman, and the conspiracy lives on. Ryan.
I'm gonna have to go with feel like what would be considered a dark horse in Cesaro.
He's right.
Cesaro wins the chamber and has that match in, like, he almost gets Roman, but Roman cheats so that you could set up maybe another little feud for Roman on the road to Mania in Cesaro.
Don't do that. Don't give
me hope. If there was ever a time to do it, we already heard that they have no intention of pushing any more out of that love they were giving Nakamura the other night. So then give it to Cesaro. Jesus Christ.
Please.
Yeah. The reason why I said don't give me hope is I've been pitching ever since Cassius Ohno went to NXT, the Kings of Wrestling reunion.
Yes.
It gives Cesaro the shit he deserves.
What'd you say, miss?
What's that?
He said miss.
Yeah.
I said yes. I need it. I need it.
Okay. I would love for it to happen, but Vince was never going to okay that. He hated Chris Hero. He hated him so much.
Yeah. And
to the point that he made him wear a shirt.
He did get bigger, though. He did.
Who gives a fuck? You remember what George the Animal Steel used to look like?
Yeah, he looked like he had a
fucking a cottage cheese.
Yeah. I mean, he makes Kevin Owens. Well, Kevin Owens elects to wear it.
KO is fucking, he's cut himself. I remember the Kevin Steen days. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, Keith Lee wrestles without a shirt. It just looks professional, you know? So.
Well, they made him get the suspenders now since he's come to the main roster.
Singlet, right?
Yeah, he rocks some kind of singlet, which is also kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Let it be, man. But that's a bold prediction. I've always been a huge fan of Cesaro. Back in the hey Claudio Castagnoli days, like I love Cesaro.
I just remember seeing him. I was like, how can somebody be this strong and agile?
Yeah, and that's why I think him and Chris Hero were training together whenever they first came out, and that's why they both can do like that rope flip thing where they land on their feet on the outside, and both fucking amazing athletes, as tall and as big as they are, and that they molded well as a tag team. Like they're both amazing people, and like I said, I wish, because they always gave Cesaro a little bit of shine here and there, where it's like, oh, well, this guy's strong, he can do this, he can do that, whatever. Fucking picking up Khali, picking up Big Show at the Andre the Giant,
As much as I love the swing, that was that was one of the worst things he could have done because it got him over against their will.
Yeah. I mean, it's better to get yourself over doing that instead of, being laughed at because John Cena says you have pepperoni nipples or whatever he said, salami nipples. I don't know.
Hashtag be a star.
Yeah. CM Punk. So, bold prediction. So you're saying Cesaro wins and he goes on to fight Roman, and he barely misses the mark and it sets up for something later. I mean,
so then it could maybe at Fastlane, if they're doing Fastlane again, you could have Roman versus Cesaro, and maybe if they're really keen on having Edge hold out, they'll have Edge spear Roman after the bell, and then it'll be Edge versus Roman, spear versus spear at Mania. It's perfect.
Am I wrong with all these multiple title contenders? I would rather see I know we're having one with Elimination Chamber, so the idea of having another one would be stupid, but I would just love to see a scramble match of some kind, some kind of fucking ladder match, some kind of multi-champion or multi-title or multi-contender match, so that way you can push these people out. Oh yeah, you had your shot. Go to the back of the fucking line now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's so weird because they did pitch something a while ago where we're not doing automatic,
Yeah, we're still here with Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns. What, 7?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm upset that bothers me because I love Kevin Owens and I've enjoyed this work he's doing, but just like Luna said, man, you got to win.
Yeah,
you got to fucking win at least once.
Yeah, and that's why I said Zayn earlier, because like I said, you can still have Roman get pushed. You can still have Zayn continue his storyline, but Kevin Owens did his job in making Roman look good while making himself look good at the same time. Like he was the perfect person to pair him up with.
Right? Who else was really good at that? Mick Foley.
Yes.
It's something I see a lot of it in Kevin, in the sense of that he understands he can go out there and get his shit in and still make you look like $1 million.
Yeah.
Get myself over while getting you over. That's that Mick Foley motto.
Yeah. Because some of these guys are now at that point in time where they want to go out, they want to work, but they want to help the new people, the new generation, the new people coming in, and they know their time's about coming up, but they're still working and doing what they love. They don't need these. They don't need these accolades anymore. They're doing their job like how the business should work. So
tell me about Bill Goldberg. That's what I thought.
He's almost at the point of like Benoit. I don't want his name spoken here. Just kidding. Kidding.
I could co-sign that.
Thank you. Okay, good.
The Goldberg free zone, everybody.
Yeah, please. Yeah, we don't mention that name anymore.
I'll henceforth refer to him as Billiam.
Billiam, yeah. Or who does Riddle call him? Willie G or something? I forget what Riddle calls him. What does he call him?
Billy G or something.
Is it Billy G?
Something like that.
Bill G, I think it's something. Yeah.
I would love to see Riddle actually beat his ass, not a work, not a real. I would love to see Matt Riddle put hands on him because Matt Riddle can really fight.
That's why my prediction for the Rumble was Riddle, and I wanted Goldberg to beat Drew, and so we had a Riddle versus Riddle versus Goldberg at Mania, and we could do the brawl for all. Whoever wins this legit shoot, you're the champ. Let's make it happen. Do we have a cash-in?
I think it's very possible. I'm not going to put a solid stamp and say yes, but I'm going to say that it is very possible.
And it's going to be for the Raw title. So whoever wins the Raw Chamber.
I could say I'm saying it could be on either side
Yeah.
because both stories are there. It's the edge finish. That's literally what it is. The champion or whoever won is so tired and beat up. Music hits, pin you. It's over.
So what I would love to happen, because everyone was teasing Edge choosing Balor for his championship match, I would love for The Miz to cash in on Finn, because my mindset here is you built NXT, was a couple Survivor Series ago, where they swept everybody, just killed. You want NXT to be a legitimate brand, like pretty much like a third brand of the main roster instead of the developmental, you know? So if you want to continue doing something like that, somebody who won the Money in the Bank, carried it X amount of time, or won it from somebody else, you know, but cashing in NXT, it's like these main roster guys want to come here. Like, this place has something, and it's more legitimate. You know, Finn Balor going back did some legitimacy more for like it being a main roster. I know everyone popped when Fandango came back.
At the same time, I have no interest in ever seeing The Miz hold the NXT championship ever in any way.
It's a Hall of Fame accolade, man.
It would be about the same as Vince winning the fucking ECW championship. It would literally just be for heat.
Yeah, it would. But then you have The Miz getting to work all this NXT talent.
But he wouldn't work them NXT. He would work his WWE bullshit style, and it would be.
But he's got The Miz. I mean, he's got Morrison.
This is true.
Yeah.
Speaking of NXT, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole is going to be bigger than Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
That's bold.
I watched the matches they had in ROH when they first had their falling out, like 4 or 5 years ago.
They are 2016.
Yep, there you go. They're going to rip the fucking roof off of every place they go.
Have Cole beat Balor, I don't know, in the next few weeks. Cole versus O'Reilly for the title at Mania, if they're trying to book the NXT title.
I think I was so brokenhearted about NXT not beating AEW in the ratings. Like, even though I can give two shits about this Wednesday night war,
I got to cut you off. I don't give a fuck about choosing sides. I watch wrestling.
Yeah.
5 days a fucking week, sometimes 6 if I have my way. I watch wrestling 5 to 6 days a week, and that means that I watch WWE and AEW. I was watching NWA when they were doing shit. When I can afford it, I do watch New Japan. But I miss the possibilities of the Monday Night Wars, and this is what I'm waiting for is the first crop of disgruntled AEW talent to jump ship to WWE.
Yeah.
Because it will happen.
Yeah,
because it's right now. Yeah. There are a few cats that like you ask yourself, what the fuck are you even doing here? They don't even use you. They don't even look at you.
Yeah, I just hate the fanboys. Really, I love that there's a rivalry
on either side, bro. I can't stand the fanboys on either side. Fuck the cult of AEW and fuck WWE smart marks.
Yeah. But I love that there is a rivalry because, like I said, it was like the Monday Night Wars. I will always say during the Monday Night Wars, I was a WWF guy. You know, even though I did tune into WCW, you know, here and there, I was always a WWF guy. So, and then in retrospect, when I think we were talking to, who the fuck were we talking to? Anyway, we were talking about how WWE started buying everybody out, and you got to like actually go back and watch a lot of other shit. You're like, fuck, I missed all that, you know, like. Because I was such a fanboy of this, but now we have like a DVRs, we have shit online and stuff that we can see everything now. But like I love how there is a divide with the rivalry, because rivalry makes everybody work a lot better.
Yeah, and
it's just the fanboys that give that rivalry a bad name.
When they tell you that you literally have to pick a side. If you like this, you can't like that. And if you do like this, you don't know what wrestling is.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you. Don't you ever tell me I don't know what pro wrestling is. I've been watching this shit since I was 5 fucking years old. Yeah. I will stand on this hill and die there. I'll watch what I want when I want.
Yeah. I'm an NXT guy. I don't like AEW. I'll never wear AEW merchandise. I hate that. I hate it all.
I've been watching mostly like. There's the good merch right there.
I love that shirt.
Wal-Markers, bitch. Know about it.
I've been watching mostly like AEW, but like you said, it's like I hate when people are like, you have to pick a side. It's like competition just brings the best wrestling out of everybody.
Yeah.
And like NXT and AEW have both been fantastic. Like,
And the thing is I don't think you could compete the bigger shows, the Raw and the SmackDown, against AEW because they're two different programs.
Yeah.
NXT is the only thing that's similar because it's WWE's indie program.
Yeah. Was that? And just a side note, since we're talking about that shirt, Wal-Mark We Love Wrestling is on Prowrestlingtees for everyone out there watching, listening. Wal-Mark We Love Wrestling, Prowrestlingtees. So before we take it home, let's run through one more time, give these last predictions before tomorrow. We'll post this off tonight so we get other people to throw in their predictions as well. So if we have the Banks versus Mela, Drew, who'd you say you had for that one again?
Thanks.
Ryan?
Dr. Banks.
I think, that's the first one we all agreed on, right?
Yeah. What up?
So Rude and Ziggler versus Street Profits, Ryan.
Street Profits.
And then Jew.
Dirty Heels.
Yeah, I think we agreed on Rude Ziggler, right? Yeah, because like I said, Street Profits and Belair at Mania are winning.
Big moment.
Yeah. Big E versus Apollo Crews. I'm saying Big E. Jew.
Big E.
Ryan. Oh, we're good. Right. Nia, Shayna versus Banks and Belair. I think we're all in agreement on that one as well.
Yep.
Nia and Shayna. So Lashley versus Keith versus Riddle. Ryan.
Lashley. They can't take the title off the monster now.
Lashley. That's a WrestleMania defeat. No, that it's been built for almost a year now.
Like I said, I'm going Keith Lee. Just throwing that
I'd love to see that. I just I would love nothing more than to see Keith Lee with a title, but I just don't think they could take it off Lashley now.
It wouldn't make sense, but WWE does some stupid shit in a few months.
Ever makes sense. They do what they want.
Exactly. So you could think they're going a certain way with something, but who knows? So the Elimination Chamber match, I said Styles. Drew. Ryan said Drew as well, right?
Yeah.
And we're still kind of torn on if there's going to be a cash in on that one. Toss up.
I'd say if there is a cash in at Chamber, it's going to be on the Raw Chamber match. It's going to be on whoever wins the WWE title.
Okay. SmackDown. Like I said, I chose Sami Zayn going on to fight Roman, and Roman, of course, winning that one. Jew?
I'm going to stick with Brian.
Stick with Brian. And losing to Roman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going with Cesaro. Gotta go with Cesaro.
That's right.
This is his time. Give him something. He just re-signed. You got to give him something.
I think any option on that one's going to be good. Just how it ends.
It's about time he's a main event player. Him and Big E. It's their time.
Yeah.
In the coming years, in the next year, I'm gonna say it right now. In the next year, one of them will be world champion.
So now that you say it's their time, what if Kofi wins the Raw and we have the Kofi Mania and Kofi and Big E celebrating at Mania?
God damn, that'd be sick too. But we're going off shit.
So, Edge announces opponent. Who would you think out of all these winners tonight that you predicted would Edge want to fight at Mania? Ryan, sorry.
I gotta go with Edge versus Roman. I think they want to book that Battle of the Spears. They want to market that. So I say Roman wins, or Cesaro wins the Chamber. Roman beats Cesaro. Edge comes out and spears Roman like he did on SmackDown to end the show, holding up the Universal title.
Hopefully he does it with a motorcycle helmet on. That'd be nice.
That would be sick.
I wish he would stop using the spear since that's how he broke his fucking neck, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, Brian did the headbutt a few times since coming back.
Yeah, and I wish he wouldn't do that either.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that move would just go the fuck away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The diving headbutt, it needs to go away.
It's
It
so
doesn't look,
dangerous.
it doesn't look good when anybody does it.
Who just did it on NXT, a female, the other day?
Oh,
I was surprised that they even called it the flying headbutt.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember. Was it Shotzi?
Maybe. I'd have to go back and look. But I just remember seeing it happen. Yeah, and they're like, the flying headbutt. I'm like, didn't fucking Daniel Bryan get fired for doing the crossface choke?
The last time I seen someone actually perform it, I think they had Lars Sullivan using it as a finish. Oh, bye, Lars. Fucking bye. I will not miss you.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Dylan Miley.
Took the worst black mass of all time in
God.
that takeover match.
You see,
but what's great about that though is the same night Aleister Black fucking wiped his face off with a knee. He broke his jaw that night with an actual flying knee. I remember that. They were pissed.
Oh, nice. That's another Voldemort.
Yep.
Sullivan.
So did we wrap that up? Because I want to add one more thing. It is a goddamn shame that we have not seen Aleister Black or Andrade Almas on TV for this long.
I don't know what's going on. I of course, you have your dirt sheets and everybody that, speaks rumors and stuff. They claim that something big for Aleister is coming up. I feel it's a punishment of his wife leaving. In all
Yeah, no. They're going to make him look like shit until he rides out his contract and then 90 days and he'll go wherever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
Well, if he ends up riding out his contract, the 90-day won't matter. So he could conceivably, if his contract ended on a Monday, he could show up on I don't know.
Yeah, because
that's Wednesday.
It's the release thing that is the 90 days.
Yeah.
Thing.
Oh yeah, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So once your contract ends, you're free to go. That's I think another reason why Moxley did that. I think.
Yeah, Moxley just let his contract expire.
Yeah, and I forgot someone else did that as well. It might have been actually. No, Luke Harper got released, right?
Sean Spears.
Could have been. I know someone else did it almost immediately, and everyone's like, "The fuck." But I predicted this a while back as well. Now that you brought that up, somebody asked Aleister Black if him and his real life wife, of course, Zelina Vega, would ever work together in the ring, and he said no. He doesn't see those characters ever clashing. It's just a conflict of characters kind of thing. It wasn't. They didn't want to work with his wife. It's just she's something, he's something. They work outside the ring, not inside. But one of the things I was saying is that if you ever, watch any of her shit or follow her on Instagram and stuff, she does a lot of cosplay stuff. Loves doing the Akasha from Queen of the Damned, Aaliyah's character, and some dark shit like that. So why couldn't they let her do her cosplay stuff, and be darker, and with Aleister Black? I feel like that could work.
I mean, isn't that literally what Scarlett is doing with fucking Karrion Kross in NXT?
Yeah. So, and the thing is, Zelina could talk. She can work. She's like Alexa Bliss. She's really short, but can work. Like I said, she's got a mouth on her. That's why they had her with Andrade, who couldn't really
talk at all.
Yeah. He's done a lot better. An amazing talent.
He got better.
Yeah, but that's what pushed him over the top at NXT, getting Zelina with them and then bring them both to the main roster and let them do that on the on the main show. She's amazing. Aleister Black doesn't really need to talk either. But so if you had Zelina doing her cosplay, doing some dark shit with Aleister Black, that would have been money, I felt. So Aleister can ride it out, go wherever he wants.
Yeah, just sit in catering with Bo. It won't be that long.
Yeah. And him and Zelina could tear it up wherever they go. Or Tia Trinidad.
Whoever she calls herself.
Yeah. So we're good. Does anybody have any last, by the way, any predictions, some other shit that could happen?
No, I think we pretty much nailed it.
Loved it. So once again, Ryan, thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for having me. I had a blast.
Yeah, so it was our first prediction video with yourself. And I think Jew thinks it's first time in a year, right?
I got a busy schedule of doing nothing.
Yeah, so that makes sense of doing nothing. But we'll do this a lot more. So before, like I said, I'll put links in here for everything. Ryan, the mind and voice behind Wrestling Figure Federation, the WFF, that link's going to be here. We have.
Can I do some cheap plugs?
I was doing the picture didn't happen, but yeah, go ahead.
I step it on his toes. I'll come and I slide it in. If you have enjoyed this horrible sounding voice and you'd like to hear my opinions on other things, I have a podcast on Spotify and various other streaming services. It is called At Pixar It Didn't Happen. I also have a YouTube channel where we do video reactions and I make fun of your favorite music. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I love it. We all love it. All those links are going to be in here. And lastly, of course, Wal-Mark. We love wrestling. We're on Facebook. We're on Insta. Just like our shit, follow our shit. We have a bunch of endorsements from our favorite and not favorite wrestlers on there. We're on Prowrestlingtees. So everyone check it out. Once again, guys, thank you all so much for being here. Hi, man.